Takasaki graciously laid out the food at a table, then... Hurry up and eat. That's all she says. Despite with some heat, her voice is cold. You... I'm about to voice my complaints, but my stomach silences with me the moment the smell of my food reaches my nose. I'm irritated, but more than that right now, I'm hungry. My complaints can wait until after I've eaten. Alright, I'll eat. Move my wheelchair into position, pick up my knife and fork. It's beef cutlet, my favourite. Oh, that does look good actually. You got little loaves of bread. You got the beef cutlet. You got some salads aside. Those look like potato wedges. And she's eating a bowl of lettuce, tomatoes, and baby chicks again. Oh, I almost forgot. Take my pre-meal pill and pick up my knife and fork once more. I slice with a crisp batter, cutting the meat into equal pieces so it's easy to eat. I squeeze the accompanying lemon in one half, and leave the other as it is. I'm not such a fan of Italian food, but this is an exception. First I toss a bite of a plain half of a cutlet into my mouth. I can taste the olive oil and the butter, and the tang of the salt and pepper seasoning. I don't think you're doing it right if you're frying it in olive oil. The soft meat melts on my tongue, joining the whole thing together in a harmonious dance of flavours. It brings me great happiness. After revelling in that blissful feeling for a while, I take the freshly baked bread, cut into thirds before spreading it with sour cream for my own personal supply. When I sink my teeth into the bread, a rich, milky taste spreads from my mouth along with a refreshing note of sourness. This is delicious too. Moving back and forth between the cutlet and the bread, I address my Amitié partner who's sitting across from me. So, you're having salad again, aren't you? I am. Takasaki is looking at a salad very seriously, like a mathematician faced with a particularly complex equation. So far as I've seen, she's only eaten a salad in her time here. I know you said you're not vegetarian, but you sure seem to love your salads. Perhaps you were an insect in a previous life. Can you not just eat in silence? Her eyes finally turn from a salad to me. I hadn't felt it during a ballet practice, but it's a usual haughty glaze. You're eating exactly the same thing as you had at breakfast. Of course I'm curious. Is it a religious thing? Christianity doesn't have any such precept. I eat like this because I need to. She sure phrases things in an odd way. You need to? Well, I suppose I've heard it is said that eating veggies is good for your skin, but... At our age, you don't need to eat things like this. You need to eat things like this too. Spear a piece of cutlet in my fork and hold it out, offering her a bite. When I look over to see those almond eyes of hers, it seems taken aback by horseplay. But then... Thanks. Huh? Her peachy lips, glossy when she's not wearing any lip gloss, still with food from my fork. A blush creeps over my cheeks and a realisation I've just fed her. I just tried to fight it back. How is it? Still struggling to keep myself from turning red after chewing methodically for a while. She gets up abruptly from her seat and goes over to her desk. She takes a pencil and a notepad from a bookshelf and returns to the table. The soft sound of graphite rubbing against paper breaks the quiet of the table as the pencil dances nimbly over a notebook. I may not like her, but I'm still curious to know what she's doing. Hey, what are you writing down all of a sudden? You want to guess the recipe and record it? Hey. They're my notes. My notes. Stops writing for a second, just to say that before resuming again. Based on her demeanour, it's clear she expects me to understand what she's doing just from those few words. No way. Even Shirahane wouldn't get it from that alone. I'm unbearably curious. Don't tell me it's some kind of book of judgment. Takasaki stops writing and looks at me suspiciously. The Book of Judgment? What on earth do you mean? Do you know how Yama, with all of hell is Buddhist mythology, is said to keep a record of all the good and bad deeds a person does? Why would I have one of those? But are you an idiot? Hey, you have no right calling me an idiot. You're one who had no idea what I was talking about. I could also have been referring to a report book like the one teachers use to record students' grades. They're kind of like books of judgment as well. Expression grows even more dubious. Do I look like a teacher to you? It was a metaphor. For some kind of notebook, you'll write down anything about me that annoys you. She puts a pencil down on a table and holds a notebook out to me. I was startled for a moment. I thought she was the type to share private musings. I take the notebook from her. Ballet, English class, beef cutlet. What's this? I told you, they're my personal notes. That's what I don't understand. This is why I write down your likes and dislikes? Snatches the notebook back around my hands with a disparaging look, as if to communicate the fact which she's been saying exactly that all along. Due to my entertainment work, I haven't had much of a private life until now. I haven't really had a time to consider what I like and don't like. So whenever I come across something, I make a record of it, whether I like it or not. So intently enough, I look in her face, which looks just the same as always. You really are strange, you know that? I hear you sigh. Am I? You are. You're more eccentric than I am. She closes her notebook and goes back to eating your salad. So I take it like salad then, since that's all you eat. She now has her almond eyes. It's not really like it, I just eat it to maintain my figure. It's what the little bug things eat. Why look so unimpressed? You're the one who said I was an insect. That's true, actually. She's picking at her salad with a deadly serious expression on her face. In fact, in light of what she just said, it looks to me like she's eating it quite unwillingly. She might actually be a pretty interesting character. I realised I was smiling to myself as I eat my lemon-drenched cutlet. A drizzle lemon, yes. Lemon drenched, no. Having shown me an unexpected side to her over lunch, Takasaki forces me to class without any room for argument. As soon as she's cleared up her lunch things. After 6 whole hours of class, I completely wiped out. What are we doing here? We're at the rabbit pen we visited before. Look, Yaegaki-san, over here. Her voice is excited. Wouldn't usually go along with this kind of thing, but she sounds so happy. Hang on a minute, the ground's uneven here. Call across to my bookworm buddy. I'm sorry. She comes rushing over to me in a fluster. Seems like she's brought me out here in consideration of my fatigue after being from the experience of attending class, but personally I would have preferred the library. Not about to say that to her face though. I'll push you. Sure. She takes hold of my chair's handles and wheels me over to a rabbit's pen. So what do you want to look at? Look at the straw next to a black rabbit. I strained my eyes, looked where she's indicated, and I see something stirring in the hay. Have you had babies of anything? Yes, they have. Aren't they adorable? Shirahane's eyes are narrowed in the blissful gaze of her buddies. To be honest, I thought it was a little baby rat. I do admire her purity of heart and ability to see cuteness in these little brown creatures squirming around in the straw. In fact, I can't even help but be strangely impressed by Shirahane's femininity in this regard. After watching the baby buddies in silence for a while, hey, Yaegaki-san. Shirahane suddenly addresses me. What? It's good having an Amitié partner, isn't it? I realise that, whilst this is a genuine question about how I'm getting along with Takasaki, Shirahane is also alluding to her own Amitié partner, who disappeared in spring. Who knows? I don't know well enough to say either way just yet. I see, of course. We only met her yesterday. She continued staring at her baby rabbits. Then, after a brief pause, do you think you'll become friends? She questioned me again. First thing that comes to mind to the question. The notion in asking me about a relationship with my Amitié partner, Shirahane is alluding to Yuri Kosaka, the girl who disappeared in the spring. I don't think so. Huh? It's not about personality, this is a good feeling, to be honest. I just don't think there's a chance of us being friends. Oh. Pacing up to her, when she reminds me of my past self, it's like dealing with a very particular kind of pain. Shirahane is watching me restlessly. You would have been a better Amitié partner for me. That's my answer. Yaegaki-san. You have similar hobbies and you don't run your mouth off. Her cheeks flush scarlet and she smiles. Thank you, Yaegaki-san, but our room would be overflowing with books. Sounds perfect. We laugh together, and I feel more cheerful than ever in a long time. Isn't a trace of melancholy in Shirahane's smile either. Apologising inwardly for the mother rabbit who startled with her laughter, I look up at the huge clouds trailing overhead. After yawning wildly, I suddenly get the sense where it swings off. It's a more niggling sensation that something's not quite right. As I just realised that the scene I've been staring out at is just a reflection. I can't fight the call of sleep. That niggling sensation in the back of my mind can't win out against my morning doziness. I'm done for. The minute I flop my head face and my present cheek against cool sheets. I nuzzle my cheek against them a few times and then... Night night. But a good night to no one in particular, close my eyes, led off into the land of Nod. Wake up. A voice that brings me a faint sense of nostalgia from a faceless someone. Wake up. Blankets are yanked off me. In the summer, morning air is chilly and it reaches my skin from my nightgown and over my eyelids. Is that time already? It is. Oh yeah, get dressed. She holds me along in my uniform in her hands, put my shoulders in so it's easier to help slip it off me. I think I've already gotten used to helping me get dressed like this. I listen to her instruct me through the process in a quiet voice as though a small child, reflecting on the fact that a full week's passed already now. Takasaki has taken Sister Basket's place and is assisting me with everything except bathing. Over the last 7 days, Takasaki has gotten me up in the mornings, taking me to class, eating 3 meals a day. Wait, I'll go get breakfast. Right. Got me 3 meals a day, up to the room, and eating here with me. Gotcha. I'm in the mood for rice today rather than bread. An extra large helping, please. Today is a bread day. Her response is concise and emotionless. Fine, fine. Pick up a towel and go wash my face. If you're not hungry, I'll bring you some extra bread. She leaves the room before I have time to respond. Still can't tell whether it's not just joking. Watch Takasaki depart, then stopping a yawn, put my hands to my wheels and go wash my face. The class C has become a pretty regular part of my day-to-day life. The Ave Maria echoes through the chapel. Everyone listening rapt to a solemn voice. The person singing? Chidori Takasaki. So, I was just taken in by the atmosphere. It's a voice that I first heard beneath the cherry trees. Back then, my first reaction had been one of irritation, but hearing it again in a formal setting like this, I can tell just how talented she is. Well, she's an entertainer. It's a job to be good at singing and dancing. Huh? Shirahane must have overheard my mutterings. She looks over me with curiosity. Foreign note is swallowed up by the chapel walls, and a huge round of applause takes its place. She's definitely good enough to warrant a clap or two from me as well. That's it. Thank you very much, Miss Takasaki. That was excellent. This is supposed to be a Bible study, but since singing hymns is tradition here, so our time has been set aside for hymn practice. Sister Basket has Takasaki sit back down and starts explaining the meaning of the Ave Maria to the class. And we'll see if we can hear that explanation in the next episode. So until then, thanks for watching. Bye bye.